Welcome to O Freebird Fly's Business Refresh Series. My name is Kimberly Woods, and I'm the founder here at O Freebird Fly. And I have Jenna Shriver here with me. And
Hi.
Jenna is a brand photographer for the Maryland and Tampa area. She is also a business mentor, founder of Together Studios, and she's the community mentor here at O Freebird Fly. For today's business refresh session, Jenna will be sharing with us some simple tips to refresh your business brand images. And she's also going to be giving you a free resource to help you get started. Jenna is my personal brand photographer and for O Freebird Fly. She's also a really good friend of mine. And I just have had the privilege of working with her for many projects that we've done in O Freebird Fly and for my personal brand. And I'm just excited to have her share with you today. She not only takes beautiful images, she also brings the strategy that you need to each session. And that strategy really brings out the vision for your business. So I'm excited to have you with us, Jenna. Welcome.
I'm excited to be here.
And I just want to ask you some questions that will kind of help the listeners refresh their business brand images. And I want to start with this question. What will having branded images do for our businesses?
I think that's an excellent question. It really helps you to connect with your ideal clients and customers, communicate your brand message, and convert those potential people into investing clients and customers.
That's awesome. And I can definitely say that it's done those things. I've been working with Jenna for many years, almost 5 years now. And they really do bring those things to your business. So what are some important things to consider when choosing a brand photographer for our businesses if we choose to go the direction of hiring?
Sure. So I have a couple of things that I believe you should consider. I think first you should consider your needs. So are you a product photographer, service-based photographer, or lifestyle? So brand photographers can span all of those categories, or they can focus on one or multiple of them. I want you to consider what your business's or brand's budget and your turnaround time desires are, and match that with your photographer. You can look at their packages that they offer, their travel distance, or where they're located, and whether you need a studio or outdoor session or both, and whether they have access to those things. Next, I would encourage you to consider your vision for your brand photography shoot, and what type of photography editing style do you like? What type of photography style in general do you like? And what is that photographer's strength, and does it align with your vision? Are they really strong in like portrait and posing? Are they really strong in candid lifestyle, storytelling? Again, it can be a mix of these things. They can have strength in all these areas, but what is your vision and what are your needs? And is the photographer that you have in mind, are they able to pull out your unique brand personality to be able to tell that story through images? After that, I would encourage you to consider the photographer's experience. How long have they been doing brand photography? Who have they worked with? Check out real client testimonials. Check out their delivered product, their portfolio that they have to show for it. And maybe even check to see how some of their past clients are even utilizing their images now. So if you could find out who their clients are from their website or social media, go check out those people's clients, the clients' social media and websites. How are they using them? And do you like how that is all working cohesively together? And then one last thing I would encourage you to consider is your desire. Who would you like to work with? And what type of a personality of a photographer, what personality would they have? And what type of experience do you want to have working with this photographer? And kind of list out maybe a couple of people who you would just desire to work with. And I think once you do all of those things, you'd be able to pinpoint the right professional for you.
Wow. Those are great. Those are great tips with considering who you're going to hire. If you're going to go that direction of hiring someone, those are things like I know that, but I didn't think about that. So when you started talking about those things, I was like, oh man, that's so true. Yeah. So if you're considering hiring, or you're looking into hiring someone to do your brand images for your business, I would go back and listen to this again and really take down those things, because I didn't, I think those are things that you just don't think about, because sometimes we might hire a friend or, just whatever, someone that we see, oh, they do brand photography or, things like that. And I think really finding that person that you connect with, like you and I have like vision, and I know what you kind of see. And I one can see that through your images, but I can also see that because I know you, but working with you it's easy for me, because I like that you bring out the strategy side of it. And when we start to plan it, it's like pieces just come together because you bring that piece to it. You bring, it's like that kingdom strategy. So it's like you're partnering with God prophetically to speak into, what the vision is and what God wants to bring out in these images. So, that's important to me, that I found somebody that, one, I like the style, but also those things that I desire for my business. I desire to have images that are prophetically created and have that prophetic strategy. So, but those are great tips. Thank you so much for just sharing those with us. So if you're considering hiring, definitely go back and listen to those, and really go through and decide, each point of, make that checklist, and, I want to do this, I want this. And I believe that, that you should do it. And I believe that you can, and it's not being picky. It's not, being picky, because I feel like the question that's kind of popping up in my mind right now, the feeling that I feel that there's some questions out there, is that it's like, oh, but I don't want to be that particular about what I want. But I just feel to give you this release that that yes, you can create a list of what you want, what you desire, and go down the list like Jenna gave, that information that she gave, take that and go through each point that she gave us. And when you get to the end, you're going to find out who you want to work with. And I just believe that, God's going to make a way for that to happen, because you processed with God, because, Jenna processed with God to come up with, to put that together of what all's needed. And she processed with God, and that creates. And so I encourage you to definitely do that.
The other thing I believe it'll do for you is because whenever you're investing your time and your finances into this resource for your business, it'll give you confidence in that investment. If you find the right person and you'll find the right person that checks these boxes for you, you'll be able to move forward with confidence, and you won't have to doubt and question, that investment and your time committed to that.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. Okay. So I have one more question for you. Okay. So is it possible to create our own branded images if we aren't ready to hire, or, whatever the case may be? And what tips would you give us on doing that?
Sure. So the answer is yes, you can absolutely do this. It is relative to what your business is, though. and the season that you're in. So if you are early on and you want to be able to create your own images, then I'm going to give you some just basic tips to help get you started. And we're going to keep this as simple as possible. Okay. So I want you to start with what you have in your hands. And most likely that's your phone. If you happen to have a camera that is not a phone, that's fine. You can use that too. But most people have a phone with a camera in it. So start there. Get yourself a phone tripod off of Amazon so that you can mount your phone and have a steady place to have it mounted. This will especially help you if you use it for video, so you can have steady video. And then you can also use it for doing things like scenery or stock photos and things like that, because it'll just help you have a stable setting. Second, I would encourage you to create a brand board with inspiration about what you want to create, whether it's images or video or both. And so they could be stock photo inspiration, portrait, like self-portrait inspiration, poses, outfits, things like that. I use Pinterest for myself and for all my clients that I work with. That's a really great starting point to be able to gather your ideas and inspiration and collaborate together if you're working with someone else. Third, I want you to identify the personality traits of your brand. This is really going to help you, or if you work with a hired brand photographer, to be able to come up with brand strategy for your photo shoot. You can do this yourself. What I want you to think about with your brand personality traits, knowing these before you do any type of photo shoot, is it helps to steer you in the direction of your aesthetics. And so that just means like your visuals. It's going to help you determine what type of lighting are you going to like for your photos, what type of editing style, what type of location is going to suit it best, and what props would work really well in your photo shoot. So if you're really struggling to answer this question, I want you to ask yourself, how do you want your clients to think of your business, services, or products? How do you want them to feel when interacting with your business? And so my guess is you will easily come up with 3 to 5 words that describe that feeling and how you want your people to be able to talk about your business. And so then start there and think about, okay, what props showcase joy and peace, and what do I use on a daily basis in my business that I can incorporate to tell the story of what I do. Now, if you want more than just these tips that I just gave, I have a lot more in my free resource that I am just excitedly sharing with you all. And I'm sure that Kimberly has the details on where you can get that.
That's perfect. Yeah, I love that so much. Thank you so much for just the tips on both, that it is possible for us to do it ourselves if we want to, because some people want to.
Sure.
Or if we're just not ready to hire yet. Maybe you've just started your business and you're not there yet. You're not ready to hire. But that there's a way to do it either way, hiring or do it ourselves. So thank you. That was really informative, and I believe that there's so much to take away for us to refresh our businesses with our business brand images. And so what services do you offer for female entrepreneurs that you would want the listeners to know about?
Sure. Well, brand photography. So I love that. That's the bulk of what I do, but I also do a little bit of business mentoring, especially working with kingdom-minded female business owners, helping you to start and grow your business.
Awesome. All right. So the link for the free resource is in the description of this video. And how can they connect with you?
So they can connect with me on my website. It's just jennashriver.com, or on Instagram at Jenna Shriver, TikTok at Jenna_Shriver. And I also have a Facebook page. If anybody is on Facebook, it's just Jenna Shriver page. And I would love to connect with you on any of those places and keep in touch.
Awesome. And those links are also in the description, so you'll be able to connect with Jenna. And Jenna, I just want to thank you for coming on and sharing all of your knowledge and just giving us some awesome tips to refresh our brand images. And I want to thank you guys for tuning in, and we bless your business. We bless this time of your refresh, and be sure to check out the other sessions that are part of this business refresh, and we'll see you there.
Thank you.